Listen, man, call me an absolute the way I'm absolutely with your mother right now. Hey, everybody, what's up? Welcome back to the Game Skates today, and only today. That's right, we are here to celebrate 5 years of Sonic Mania. I can't believe it. 5 years since Sonic Mania came out. Can you believe it? August 15th, 2017, bro. I'll never forget that night, right? I remember I had a job internship actually at that time, and I had one more day left. You know, August 15th was my last day there, but I had to play that game the second it came out. So I remember the game launches, I think, on digitals on like midnight or 1 a.m. or something, and I remember sitting there and just playing it the entire night. I was up at like 5-6 a.m. because the first time you play that game, it's hard. You know, you don't know all the secrets. You know, some of the levels are hard. You get sent back to act 1 if you get your game over. But like, dude, this game is a dream come true, and it still is to this day, and it always has been. And I just can't believe it's 5 years old. I mean, where do we even begin with Sonic Mania? I feel like the first thing we need to mention is how important this game was at the time, and still is. Its influence is really important to see. But remember, the early 2010s for Sonic were a fucking nightmare. Like, even for me, I will like admit this as someone, you know, who often loves Sonic stuff and is always there for it. It was a nightmare because we weren't getting these side things, you know, to almost enhance the games to like these movies, animation stuff, and we were just getting these games, but they were all misses. I mean, first of all, it was the 3DS era of handhelds for Sonic, which, you know, okay, you have Sonic Generations 3DS, but then you have like Lost World and the Boom games, which again aren't awful, but they just kind of exist, you know. And you also, in the 2010s, obviously you had Sonic Boom, and that was an entire initiative and relaunch for the brand that SEGA tried to do, and that was just, listen, man, on the game side, that was a nightmare. You know, I know a lot of people love the show, but I think overall I just associate that era poorly. You know, like I said, Sonic Lost World is sort of notorious where it's like some people like it, but it's weird. It's just all the 2010s just felt like a weird time for Sonic and Sega, you know, and we didn't have these movies or these animations, everything, and it started to get real bad, you know. But then, right, on one shimmering day, you know, one shimmering light, we had a big Sonic event in the summer, and they announced the next 2 big projects in the series, one of them being Sonic Forces, you know, and of course the other being Sonic Mania. Both both esteemed to be the big, you know, 25th anniversary games. One of them should have been the 25th anniversary game, but yeah, those 2 were announced, they were shown, and wow, from there Sonic Mania had one of the best marketing runs to release I've ever seen for a game. You know, this game, like, just everything about its marketing immaculate, you know, from the way they would reveal old school levels to the stuff they would do with animations to Tyson Hess, bro. We gotta give the megaest of mega shout outs to Tyson Hess and his classic Sonic style, because not only does it look so good and modernized and fits the old school aesthetic, but it like pushes it a bit. And not just that, of course, if it weren't for Tyson Hess, we wouldn't have a successful movie franchise. Because if you guys remember, once that ugly Sonic went online, they hired Tyson to redesign movie Sonic, and boom, like there it was, you know. And then he is a big reason why Sonic is mega thriving today, and he was a fan, bro. And that's something, of course, that's so important about this game, is it was made by fans of the series. You know, it was made by people who worked on the mobile ports of the game, and they were fans of the series, and you know, some of these people worked on fan projects and all that. So to see a group of people that are so passionate about Sonic get to work on something Sonic related that was official, you know, it's beautiful. It's something you rarely get to ever see in the gaming industry, right? I mean, like, we get, you know, mods that are pushed by companies and stuff, but to get a game like this that was just, hey man, here's a celebration of everything is awesome. And of course you have, you know, the immaculate opening animation that we all know and love from Sonic Mania, and the music, bro. Like, the music, man, can we talk about how T Lopes, right, has blown up ever since Sonic Mania? You know, Sonic Mania came out and just no one could ever get enough of T Lopes. And I know him, he's a really cool dude, he's always been nice to me, but it's always just the way, like, now everyone just loves his music and would love him to work on more Sega official stuff, and whenever he drops remixes, it's immaculate. Like, he has just grown so much from that, and now he's worked on the TMNT game to the point where, like, people will be like, oh, I have to play the TMNT game just for T Lopes' soundtrack. That was me, actually. I'm one of of those people. But everything about this game, and from Sonic Mania Adventures to like that side series where they had, you know, the animations going through it, from the comic books that were relaunched, you know, and they had some spin-offs with Mania involved and stuff. There was like a Hyperdrive comic. I wish it continued, but it did not. But there's so many things about Sonic Mania that from its pre-launch to its launch to the things we're seeing to this day, right? For like from the modding scene too, where people still find new ways to enhance this game and everything. I just feel like everything about Sonic Mania is just immaculate. By the way, if I sound a little snubby, it's because I have a cold. But I think what's so cool about the game is, like I said, the way it mixed old school with new school. You know, the way it would be like, okay, here's what's called, here's what's a state, chemical plant zone, right? And it's the chemical plant you know and love, but then you go to Act 2, and Act 2 is completely different. You know, you're jumping on these jellos. The remix is immaculate. You know, it ends with a round of Puyo Puyo. You know, you go to Hydro City, right? And you're walking on water, and you got the slides and everything. And Act 1 is awesome, but then Act 2 ramps it up, and I loved that idea of like, hey, here's some new levels. You get your Studiopolises, which to this day, look, everyone bopped Studiopolis. I know it's overplayed, but it's a fucking banger. That's why, bro. It's immaculate. So good. You have stuff like that. You have Mirage Saloon Zone, which is this cool cowboy-like zone. It's just all the new zones they had in there were so awesome, but the way they remixed the old ones were so good too. And of course we have Sonic Mania Plus, which is like the what's called the updated version of the game that came out. Was it a year later? I think Sonic Mania Plus is a year later. But yeah, no, that came out and that was the whole thing. That was immaculate. I mean, they brought back some of the most obscure characters. Bro, like, here's the thing, you have to understand, Mighty and Ray, you had to be the nerdiest of Sonic fans to even know who the fuck Mighty and Ray. I barely knew who they were. I recognized their character models, but I barely had any idea who they were. So to not only bring them back but make them playable above, you know, obvious choices they could have picked, I love that. Again, it's a testament to show like how weird and awesome they wanted to get with it. And they added encore mode, which is like, it remixed some of the levels a bit more. You know, it added different, you know, shades of day and night to the levels and backgrounds and stuff. Like, and it like had this unique style where like the lives were the characters. It's such a good idea that they made, you know, encore mode in Sonic Mania Plus. I feel like it's just, they added to it. I love playing as Mighty. He's got that cool like drop in the air. Just, man, pixel art too. Like, seeing a modern company make a game that's Pixar in 2017 was unheard of, man, because no company wants to do Pixar because, one, it's super expensive to make sprites. Second of all, right, these companies don't like it because it comes off as old school, you know, and that's not worth the money or whatever. I still can't believe Sonic Mania was like 20 bucks. I would have paid $100 for Sonic Mania, you know. I would have paid full price. I feel like this game, what it was should have spoken up more than, you know, what its price was. But yeah, no, Sonic Mania, everything about it is just, it's so special to me. It's a game that, you know, I could endlessly go back to, like, legitimately. Like, I open that game, have an amazing time no matter what. You have stuff like the drop dash in there, the replay value. I mean, the amount of times I found ways to replay this game is insane. Like, I was like, I'm gonna play with Sonic, I'm gonna play with Tails, I'm gonna play with Sonic and Tails, I'm gonna play with Tails and Knuckles, I'm gonna play with Knuckles and Knuckles. There's that mode too. I just, like, there's so many ways you could just, you know, keep replaying that game. And I urge you guys to check out the mods. If you have a PC, you need to play Mania with mods. I feel like that is that's another big part of the equation for this game, and why its influence is still up to this day. It's like, we're still getting amazing mods for the game, and it's just, everything about this game felt like a gift, and it's something we might never see. You know, a lot of people don't know. I mean, a lot of people know, but a lot of people don't. It's like, the people that worked on it have gone on to make their own studio called Everstar Studio, and they're working on like a 3D platform. Now, hopefully, I hope that platformer is immaculate, but they're not working with SEGA anymore. I heard it was a little difficult, you know, to work with them, and so they moved on. But I would love and hope if one day they return to it. You know, here's the thing. 2D Sonic is interesting, right? Because there's even two kinds of 2D Sonic. You know, there is modern 2D Sonic, which is, you know, stuff like Sonic Advance, Sonic Rush, right? But then you have, you know, classic 2D Sonic. It's almost like there's a modern and classic for the 2D games in general. And I want to see more stuff in the modern 2D games. You know, we haven't had one in a long time. I don't count the Sonic Boom games because they're more like Metroidvania-y. The last one we really got, I would say, is Sonic Generations 3DS. That was the last time we had like modern Sonic in 2D. So I'd love to see how they could advance, you know, that style. Advance that style again. Anyways, but yeah, I would love to see, you know, what they could do with that. But I feel like, man, I almost feel like this Mania style should be like, hey man, every 3-4 years you need one of these, you know, have a new one, you know, where it is brand new levels, where hey, here's some more old school levels. Like, I just feel like it was so obvious this should have gotten a sequel, Frame 1, you know. But now I almost see it as like, here's this like gift from above that we might never see, and I'm so thankful for it. And I really do think it's kept the Sonic ship afloat during that Forces time, because we haven't had a main game release since both of those, you know. I mean, we've had since then, you know, Team Sonic Racing, Mario Sonic at the Olympics, and Origins and Colors Remaster, but we haven't had like a brand new game in a long time. And so I think during that time where Forces felt like, you know, it was such a downgrade for people, Mania was there in the fort, you know, fighting, you know. And I think, you know, having Mania Plus in 2018 was a big deal there. So yeah, I'm so thankful for this game in so many ways. And I think Sega, I think they learned pretty much in a really hard way there, where like, okay, like 2D Sonic, I mean, they clearly want 2D Sonic to be, you know, a thing for the company, but I think they know now that like completely keeping those two camps separate is way better than trying to have 3D Sonic with 2D, because 2D Sonic works much better when it's doing its own thing, you know. That's why it rocked in Generations, because like yes, 2D like Mania Classic Sonic was there, but he was getting his own levels in there, you know. It felt stylized. But yeah, man, listen, I adore Sonic Mania. It's my baby, one of my favorites. I can't believe it's 5 years old, and I just have countless memories of it. I'll probably stream it tonight, you know, maybe with some mods or something, we'll see. But guys, that's it, that's all. Thank you all for watching. Let me know your favorite what's it called, memories of Mania. What are your favorite Mania things, you know? Like, are you the what's your favorite thing about it? Is it the Mania Adventures animations? Is it Mania Plus? Is it the fact that they brought back Mighty and Ray? Is it the artwork? Let me know what you think. What's up, what's going on? Of course, guys, hashtag 5 years of Mania. If you're on Twitter, go use that hashtag. Give the dev team some love. Let the people know what's up. So guys, thank you all for watching. You're the best. Peace out.